Welcome back to Week 9 Sports Inc. Along with Mark Gregory, I'm Scott Taylor. We're in Patriots, I guess, today in honor of my Seahawks beating them there at the last second. We're heading around the corner. This is do or die week in the playoffs, and we have a couple teams. Actually, I think one team that's trying to get in, and a lot of teams trying to hold on to 5-3 and hope that they can stay in there. First of all, I believe our only 4-4 team is Lyle, correct?
Yeah, that's the one they're sitting there right on that bubble. Got to get that fifth win and be eligible, and then it's a sit and pray game with the playoff points, which they should be okay.
Yeah, if they win the game, but I don't think they're going to get that fifth. We'll talk about that later,
one.
but. And then we have some other teams. I was checking out the playoff points yesterday, and we have 5-3 Downers North, 5-3 Niles West. These are two teams that Niles West is in better shape, I believe, and Niles West is in. I think either way, that they're pretty safely.
There was some good teams, Everston, Maine South. That brings a lot of points for you.
Yeah, they're pretty safely. And Downers North, I think they were 27-28. That's a little dicier.
Yeah.
You look at those teams they played. They haven't played very.
Yeah, you don't want to be sitting there if you're Downers North on Saturday night, with the IHSA TV on, hoping that you make it. You see your name. You want to know. You want to wait to see your name where you're called. You want to know you're in.
Yeah, they got Glenbard West this week, which obviously going to give them a boost in those points.
Right.
But it's also going to be almost a guaranteed loss too.
Right.
So it's. I was looking through, and there's a good chance they're playing Glenbard West 2 weeks in a row, and that itself is just
that 2-point conversion killed them last week. That missed 2-pointer that would have given them their 6th win against a good Hinsdale team and would have guaranteed them in there. Hey, I'm not a football coach. I'm not going to second guess it. I'd have kicked it. Went for the.
Well, you are second guessing.
I would have kicked it. I would have went for overtime. You get the 90-yard punt return with 45 seconds left, gives all the momentum, kick it and go for overtime. But hey, you know what? Coach Wander did what he thought was best, and it didn't work. And he says he'd do it again. So
Oh, you normally do that in a situation if you think your team is not as superior as the other team.
Oh yeah.
And that's probably what he thought.
They were down most of the game. They got the big punt return 2 tied up at the end. So
and you have no special teams in
right.
overtime or anything at the 10-yard line. So. Obviously he felt that this was his best chance to win, so I'm not going to blame him for that. I never blame anybody for going for the win.
Oh, no, don't.
I like going for the win, but yeah, that play could cost him a playoff berth when it all comes in, or it could cost him playing Glenbard West in the first round rather than a 6-3 game again going against a 7-2 team. So, other than that, we're pretty much locked in. I think Notre Dame is 5-3 as well, but there are plenty of playoff points in there. They're not going
to. You have Marist, JC's not helping many teams out that people thought they would now this year, but
Yeah, they're pretty safe, and the playing fields they clinched. North and Central, they both clinched. They're both 6-2 now, so they don't have to worry about this week. And they're playing the Oswego teams, and playing for us going to try to play some spoiler against Oswego East, who's trying to finally get that playoff berth in there. And our SWSC teams have been exactly what we expected. 3 teams that are officially out, and Bolingbrook that's officially in. So
and they look to be back to form again.
Yeah, Jace. Well, I don't go that far, but JC also in at 5-3. They have plenty of playoff points as well. That they're not going to be a problem, but
5-4 probably.
Yeah, they probably will be 5-4. But I'm looking at Ottawa in the first round, and it's either right now. Morris has got a big matchup with Caneland. They're the top 2 teams in 5A. There is an outside chance that JCA could play one of them because they're local. At least Morris, and Morris wins. I don't see that happening.
No,
but
if you get Kalen round 1, you better hope Ty Isaac is healthy. He goes in that phone booth and comes out like Superman because Kalen's a hell of a good team.
Yeah, but I don't think I'm really thinking Ottawa. I really am thinking Ottawa, and that's just great for JCA because they'll go through Ottawa like.
And
just come by for a visit. They beat them by 40 points probably.
Oh, and that's the whole thing is and that's why they're doing this. They realize that with a banged up team, a banged up Ties, and banged up Tyler Reese, you're gonna go in and you're gonna go in maybe 6-3, maybe 7-2. You're gonna battle a tough team. You go in 5-4 by resting these guys and being healthy. You can go into a 9-0 team and all of a sudden all of a sudden put Ty Isaac on the field and your Superman's back on the field. You could be anybody, and that's the whole thing. Is that what they're looking at? I think is, hey, we'll be 5-4 and go in, and we'll go in with a healed up, healthy Ty Isaac, and wipe somebody's wonderful playoff hopes right out of the water right there.
And on top of that, you can get a team that, if you get an Ottawa, chances are Morris and Kalen are going to be on the end of the bracket. You might not have to play them until the fourth round,
right?
And you might get them at home.
Yeah.
So I mean, you got nothing to lose in that situation, and Maine South they'll probably be a 1 or 2 seed. So it'd be interesting to see where them and Bolingbrook are ranked, and if Niles West is going to be playing another rematch with Maine South in the first round. And then you have, I guess we talk about Downers North, and you have Bennett. Where is Bennett going to line up? They're looking like 7-8 team, which all our teams in 7-8, you don't want to be in 7-8, you want to be in 8-8.
Oh, yeah.
Hands down want to be in 8-8. There's Glenbard West and Lincoln Way East are just...
You don't want to face either one of those two teams. I mean, Lincoln Way East is they're a dominating performance, and I'd like to see them rolling because the best thing about watching Lincoln Way East roll is watching Tommy Fusel run and knowing that when Jordan Lynch leaves by NIU Huskies, Tommy Fusel's going right in there and going to take over. And let me tell you, man, Chandler Harris was a good quarterback. Jordan Lynch is a good quarterback. This kid may be the best quarterback the Huskies ever see because he's a great high school player, great recruit. I can't wait to see him in red and black.
So we're looking at, head into next week's playoff preview. We're going to have the pairings for you. Hopefully by then we'll know what time they're playing, and it should be exciting. But we're going to have a lot of teams to talk about next week because we have Bolingbrook, JCA, 2 playing fields, playing for North and Central. That's 4. We have Notre Dame,
Bennett, Downers North,
probably, Niles West, Maine South. We got, 9 teams?
So usually our playoff preview show takes about 8 minutes, start to finish, with our ramblings because we have like 2 teams to talk about, and that's about it. It's just a little bit different. I mean, we definitely have a lot more competitive teams in our area this year, so it's fun.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see where they line up and where they finish this week, and Bennett's going to be a big game trying to beat JCA and get that 8-1 and get that 6-3 first round team, 5-4 first round team, and
if Pat New's not up for IHSA Coach of the Year this year, something's wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, you go from possibly 1-8 to 8-1. I mean, that's a hell of a job on his part turning this around.
Not to put a damper on that though, but this just goes back to my whole private school point. You can't. I don't think you can do that in public school. I don't think you go 1-8 to 8-1 in public school in 1 year. But in private school, you can get some of these kids in there and do it. So that's a different soapbox, but I'm just making that point. It's a little bit easier to do it in a private school than in a public school.
Yeah, you still got to be able to coach him up, though, and he's doing a hell of a job coaching him up.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's going to be, another possible back-to-back matchup. We're talking about Downers North and Glenbard West back-to-back. It's Plainfield Central and Oswego. They're playing each other this Friday. Plainfield Central loses, Oswego wins 6-3, 8-1. You're looking at a possible 7-8 matchup again there, too, and that would not probably sit well with
that's something that Plainfield Central doesn't want to see now because, like I said, they're South Oswego. I mean, everybody thought they'd be decent this year. Nobody thought they'd be this good.
Yeah, I mean, in a balanced conference, you thought that everybody would pick each other apart.
With a young quarterback, and I mean,
have they even had a close game of conference?
No.
I don't even think so.
No, I mean they're rolling. I mean, and like I said, this kid's a sophomore. They're going to be, these conference teams better be ready because they're as good now. They're going to be as good in probably 2 more years.
And they always have that offensive line. Them and Minooka always seem to have those big offensive linemen. And
corn-fed.
And these Plainfield guys just can't quite get there yet, the size-wise, and they're getting closer, but they're not there yet. Their athletes, I think, are superior to Oswego's in most cases, but until they get that offensive line up there, it's going to be Oswego Minooka's conference, I think, most of the time.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun for years to come.
Yep. Well, that's all with our little rewind show, and now when we come back, we're going to get right into our picks. Mark's hopeless. He's going to owe me another Giovanni's Pizza coming up here soon, but maybe we'll double the points for the playoffs or something. I can get a chance.
Maybe I can catch up.
So we'll be back.